All right, so glad you could join us on the Weather Network. It's a special edition of In the Know. We have meteorologist Nadine Powell, meteorologist Dylan Kikuta, and Chris Murphy with you. Here's a look at the west side of our country in West Vancouver. Beautiful sunset. The east side has been very rainy, like in St. John's, Nadine.
But at least things are calming down across the east. Still some nuisance rain and snow showers across Atlantic Canada. And Dylan, of course, will have more across the west.
See, what we've had the first couple of weeks in November was a mild start in many parts of the west. Very warm, obviously, in parts of the territories. And a cooler, more wintry start in the Great Lakes and Eastern. We've had the snow squalls. We've had freezing rain. We've had the strong winds of Atlantic Canada. So the north, this is where all the air is going to be emanating from.
Yeah, quite cold for us. We've got the minus teens for us across extreme northern sections of the country. And some of that cold air will be filtering southward in the coming days and weeks, Chris.
All right, so that's what Dylan is going to be talking all about through there. So there's just a little snippet. You know, you can't fight inevitability, Nadine. We knew it was going to come, and it looks like once it does, that's it. The seal will be broken. But let's take a look at the here and now, and we'll begin on the in the east and Atlantic Canada.
And of course, this is taking us back to October. The latest drought figures monitor for us. And certainly we have been very dry across Atlantic Canada, despite the fact that now we're starting to get into a bit more rainfall, and we certainly have had quite a bit of it across Newfoundland and Labrador recently, Chris.
Burin and Avalon Peninsula specifically have already had more rainfall and moisture precipitation than they would typically have for the whole month of November. So making a dent in that drought for sure. Sea effect snow showers, flurries, scattered showers. That's it for today. And then high pressure builds in. So we don't really see rain, Nadine, for the East Coast till maybe Friday.
Yeah, certainly so. And you can see Halifax may be picking up a 40% chance of it. But essentially, we're looking at a mainly sunny forecast and seasonably cool.
All right, we have a storm system in the U.S. that may clip southwestern Ontario, but that's about it because the rest of the province is under high pressure. We're out of the freezing rain in Quebec as well. And over the next number of days, whether we're looking at Toronto and Ottawa or Montreal or Quebec City, Nadine, we notice it's no big plummet in temperatures, and we're sort of getting a little break from the big storms.
Yeah, until we head into
the
next couple of weeks or so, because that's when we get into the clash of air masses, and along that storm track, that's when we see the really active weather battling out.
And that is our cue to pass things over to Dylan. So Dylan, now it's up to you.
All right, so across Alberta this afternoon, we have a bit of a mini battle of seasons, -6 in high level, 8 on that Highway 30 corridor. And then as we look at the forecast map for this afternoon, we can see that snow along that QE2 corridor, rain along the Highway 3 area. That's going to be lifting north, so it's probably an all-day event for many areas like Calgary, Hanna. That's where you'll see that heavier accumulation, especially between Wainwright and Hanna, north of that Highway 9 area, because you have just a bit more moisture, you have that cold air clashing, but all of this activity rolls out of your area as we head into the overnight hours. Edmonton, you'll see that activity kind of late afternoon, early evening. I think the heaviest, though, will remain southeast of that city, but if you're traveling east of Edmonton through the late afternoon, just give yourself extra time. And as we jump over to British Columbia, not a whole lot of snow to talk about. In fact, the coastal region's fairly nice. Vancouver, 8 degrees this afternoon. All that activity is kind of focused along the southeast corner, right around the mountains. That's where you have that snow and also that rain in the lower elevations. And then the next coastal system rolls in around midweek. That cold front you can see sweeping through the region. And now I want to talk about the big story. Take a look at this pattern as we head into the end of the month. Those temperatures really cooling down, and I think the prairies are going to bear the brunt of this.